What's up, gold miners? Today, I wanted to talk about new construction and whether or not it's a good idea to be building new product right now in this interest rate environment. And here's the reality is that, do I think it's a good time to build new? I actually think it's an amazing time to build new if you can swing it. And these are the reasons why. Right now we're in a bit of a shitty situation economically. I think it's no lie, like the economy isn't doing fantastic, and as much lipstick and band-aids and as many band-aids as we want to put on the economy, the truth is that it's not doing that great, and it's probably going to be like this for a little while, I would assume. And as we kind of ride this 2 to 3 year economic shakiness wave that we're riding, there obviously are going to be a lot of things working against individuals who are trying to build new. And it's hard for me to speak broadly right now because I really focus on hotels, and it's hard for me to speak about like apartments and retail and storage and all that. And I think every asset class has its own unique story, and there's a truth that is not universal. And so I'm really just going to talk about hotels right now. And so the question is like, hey, is it a good idea to build new? There's some things to consider. Number one, where are you building new, right? Because if you're building new in a market like, not to pick on it, but like if you're building in a market like Portland, I would highly discourage against it. I think that there are a lot of cities like Portland that have not recovered after COVID, and it's going to take a lot more time for it to recover with the inventory that's already available. And so why are you going to add more inventory to an already struggling market? Doesn't make a lot of sense. But it's a market like Nashville, right? Which it's just like every time you build a new hotel, it just gets sucked right up, and there's an excessive amount of demand. Then I think it's a brilliant time to build new if you can obviously find the financing and have it make sense while you are weathering the economic storm right now. Because here's the silver lining is that if you can get out of this and open, say in 2025, 2026, 2027, you put yourself in a position where you have a brand new asset, right? Which should perform incredibly well for an entire cycle. That's a great deal. Like if you can make that happen, then I say go for it. And so am I a fan of building new? Right now, I say absolutely. If you can make the financials work in the short term, if you can find financing, and if you can, source reasonable labor and source reasonably priced materials, I think, why not? Well, I think it's a great move to be able to take something and take a brand new asset and let it ride up for an entire cycle. That's the best possible timing. And in fact, I would say perfect for anyone right now, because unless you think the world's going to shut down again, it was really, really unfortunate for people that started construction, say between 2020 to 2022. But anyone who's breaking ground now, I think that we've seen quote unquote the worst of it. And so even though there's some turmoil and turbulence right now, I don't see it getting much worse over the next couple of years. And so you kind of know what you're getting yourself into right now, which is rare, I think, whenever you're starting a construction project. So if you believe in the market, you believe that the demand is going to be there over the next decade or two, and you can find great financing, get the investors lined up and everything, I say go for it. I think it's a great idea. And one of my partners, Sujay, he's a big time developer, and I know that we're looking at projects right now, and super exciting. There's definitely some really exciting prospects in the development space right now, despite what you might be hearing. And so I would apply that same thinking, though, to each asset class. Like, for example, I know that in a lot of markets right now, storage is starting to become a little oversaturated. Like, there's a lot of storage right now that's being built, and there are some people that are recognizing, some developers who are recognizing, oh, shoot, we may have overdeveloped the storage in this XYZ area. And so I would highly encourage that you deploy some critical thinking when deciding whether or not to invest in either in a project as a passive investor or invest as an active, developer, investor, whatever, and really assess whether or not it makes sense right now. Because the good news is that if you're building right now, you're entitling the land, you're breaking ground, wherever you are in the process, you've basically locked in the ability to ride an entire wave up. This is Danny Gould, everyone. I hope you found this little gold nugget useful. Keep mining, everybody.